What's up everyone, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and these are all the best features on the Mi Max 2. As it's running MIUI OS, you can find almost all the features on all the Xiaomi phones. I tried to add all the interesting stuff at the start and put all the boring stuff at the end. Let me know if I missed out on anything. Now with all that said, these are the best features. On Mi Max 2, we have the famous double tap to wake gesture. You can enable it from the display settings and it works really well. When you're in the lock screen, touch and hold the home button and it turns on the flash for a second. If you want to keep it on, press the power button, and if you want to turn it off, press the power button once again. If you want to take a screenshot on this phone, simply press the volume down and power button both at the same time and it takes a screenshot. You get a small preview like this, and if you click on it, you get the option to take long screenshots. Simply press on the scroll button to take a scrolling screenshot. Now these are the screenshot settings. Over here we have the 3-finger screenshot gesture. Once you enable it, you can swipe using 3 fingers to take a screenshot, which I think is very handy. Next we have the option to disable that annoying shutter sound every time you take a screenshot. Next we have a mode called as reading mode, which puts a warm tint on the screen to protect your eyes by filtering blue light. Xiaomi phones or MIUI is the only OS that offers this feature along with automation. You can turn it on at a specific time or based on the app that you're currently using. Ever wondered how to change the screen on time? For some crazy reason, Xiaomi chose to put the screen on time setting in the lock screen settings instead of the display settings where everyone keeps them. Recently they have even added it in the display settings, but it doesn't work properly. Just like with the Redmi Note 3, Redmi Note 4, we have a fingerprint scanner on the back. It's fast and accurate at unlocking the phone. Besides unlocking the phone, you can use it to take pictures on the stock camera app. Just touch the fingerprint scanner to take the pictures. Next we have an app lock built into the system. Go to the app lock in settings and configure it. Next we can use the fingerprint scanner to unlock the locked applications. Finally we can use the fingerprint scanner to authenticate transactions on Play Store and apps like Paytm. Next we have a vault built into the system to hide any files that you want. Just open the file manager and swipe it down until it gives you the option to set up a password. And later you can do the same to access the hidden files. To hide files, just select the file, go to menu and select hide. Just like the vault, we have the option to hide messages. Open the stock messaging app and drag it down and it gives you the access to hidden messages. By the way, Vault and messaging app have the same password. Did you know that we can end calls using the power button? It's very useful for people who have recently started using the smartphone, as they keep forgetting to end calls or pressing the screen. So instead of that, you can enable this toggle to end calls using the power button. In the advanced settings, we have a lot of options to tweak the capacitive buttons. We can change their placements, we can change the long press behavior or individual behavior, we can disable the backlighting or turn it always on. Once again, we are back to the stock messaging app. One of the coolest features of this app is you can schedule messages to be sent at a specific date and time, just like this. I don't see any people using messages these days, but this might come in handy to send birthday messages automatically at a specific time. Next we have a very nice shortcut. You can quickly launch the camera app when your device is locked by pressing the volume down button twice. To enable this, go to the lock screen settings. Ever wondered how to change the default launcher or default browser on your Xiaomi phone? MIUI, like all the Chinese ROMs, allows you to change the default apps for everything from a single place. Just go to installed apps in settings and select the default apps. From here you can change the default launcher, default messaging app, browser and so on. Now this is a huge phone. You definitely can't use it single-handed, but even if you try to use 2 hands, you might have a problem reaching the notification toggles all the time. So for that we have a nice feature called Quick Ball. It's basically a floating bubble with some quick shortcuts and gestures. You can find its settings in the advanced settings. You can touch to pop up additional settings or swipe it to quickly perform an action. This is a huge phone. So to make our life simple, we have a feature called One-Handed Mode. Using this feature, we can shrink down the screen size. All you need to do is swipe the capacitive buttons to left or right. Start from the home button and move left or right, and do it again to exit this mode. If you are using the MIUI stock music player and want to tweak the equalizer to your preference, just go to Advanced Settings in Sound. If you have Xiaomi earphones, from here you can choose the specific model to improve the audio experience based on that particular model. No matter how many times you kill apps or close apps, some apps start automatically in the background, say like Flipkart, Amazon, UC browser, and they end up draining battery. So from this settings page, you can disable them from auto starting in the background and thereby improving the battery life. One of the highlighting features of Xiaomi phone is the dual apps, which allows you to use two instances of the same application. So you can use two WhatsApp accounts, two Facebook accounts, and so on a single phone. Once you enable it for a specific app, you can find two different app icons. If you use the stock launcher, you can find two different app icons for both the instances. If you use a different launcher, say like Nova Launcher, then every time you open the app, it will ask you to choose between both the apps. I really don't know about others, but I like to automatically record all the calls. It usually helps to make others accountable and helps me as a reminder for things like grocery list. So if you're interested in such a thing, you can enable auto call recording in the call settings. MIUI offers you additional options to tweak individual apps to further improve battery life. We can completely stop applications from running in the background once you leave the app, and you can do stuff like that from the battery settings. It might help, but usually its effect is not easily visible. Another highlighting feature of Xiaomi phones is secondary space. This feature creates a small box kind of a thing in your phone where you can have different accounts, different set of apps, and so on. If you have a different workspace for your work and for your personal life, this feature will come very handy. But considering the specs of this phone, I would recommend using this feature a lot. I mean, don't install tons of apps individually on both the spaces. If you don't like the new layout of toggles in MIUI, you can change it to old style like this. By the way, at the same place, you can choose to show the battery percentage and network usage by enabling these toggles. If you like to tweak the look and feel of the phone, MIUI is one of the best ROMs out there. We have thousands of themes which fit perfectly to your preference. By the way, my personal favorite is Dark Legacy. On the top of the phone, we have the IR Blaster. We can use the Mi Remote app that comes pre-installed to control TV, AC or anything that has a remote. Even third-party apps like Peel Smart Remote works with the IR Blaster. If you already have a Xiaomi phone and you want to send all your data from one phone to another, you can use this feature. It is very similar to Share It. On the lock screen, there is a button at the top right corner of the screen. Press that and swipe the lock screen left or right to change the wallpapers. With some more tinkering, you can see additional settings and the options to automate the process. One of the unique features of Xiaomi is the local backup. In backup and reset settings, we have the option to backup everything on your phone along with user data. This is really handy when you have to reset your phone and restore all your previous apps. By the way, if you reset your phone, it will delete everything in your internal storage, so make sure you move your local backup to a computer or a pen drive. Now the final feature in the list is Mi Drop. It's like Share It app just for the Xiaomi phones. Once you enable Mi Drop, using this feature, we can share any data with other Xiaomi phones over Wi-Fi. Now coming to some important tips and tricks, if you want to improve the performance of your phone, make sure you enable developer options by clicking on the MIUI build number 7 times and then going to developer options in advanced settings and scroll all the way to the bottom and disable MIUI optimization, then restart the phone and then disable the memory optimization and then once again restart the phone. Doing that will improve memory management on this phone and thereby increasing overall performance. Now these are some more tips that you can figure out just by looking at them. So guys, that's pretty much it for the list. Those were all the important features that you should definitely know. So that's pretty much it for this video guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or want me to make any specific video, shout out to me on Twitter at GreedyTech. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.